Well, hello, Get Rich Education Nation. It's Keith Weinhold here with John Collins. We're talking about the power of one.
Yeah, the power of one. I'm talking about 1% or 1 day.
So, for example, with just a 1% increase in your rent income, and there are so many different ways that you can do that, we know that has a substantial impact on your cash flow because oftentimes your leverage, your cash flow might increase 3%, the money you feel in your pocket every month for every 1% increase in rent income.
Yeah, there's a lot of power that can be magnified by doing that with the leverage for sure. And also, I think it's kind of funny, like a lot of people think it's cool to pay their like the A students out there, they want to pay their mortgage ahead of time or even pay it on time. And you really don't have to do that because a lot of times there's like a grace period and you can delay that as long as possible. You don't have to be late, but you can just maximize that window you have to make your payment. And that just gives you a little bit of buffer with your cash flow, and I think that's really helpful.
Yeah, you know, I have made my mortgage payments as late as 2 weeks after the earliest due date. So if my mortgage payment is suggested to be due on the 1st of the month, I've been able to push that payment until as late as the 15th of the month. Well, if I get my rent income from my property manager on the 10th, now I have created a substantial amount of additional float or additional cash because I'm deferring my biggest expense, my mortgage principal and interest, until later.
And also too, just the the percentage increase and the day too. We're talking like the power of one. Like how easy is it to do 1% of anything or 1 day of anything? But it's really easy to neglect it also. But if you could just kind of find a number of these little areas in your business and your real estate portfolio where you can kind of tighten things up by one, you'll be really surprised with the impact to your cash flow.
For John Collins, I'm Keith Weinhold talking about the power of one. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Since 2014, the powerful Get Rich Education podcast has created more passive income for people than nearly any other show in the world. This show teaches you how to earn strong returns from passive real estate investing in the best markets without losing your time being a flipper or landlord. Show host Keith Weinhold writes for Forbes and delivers a new show every week. Since 2014, there's been millions of listener downloads in 188 world nations. He has A-list show guests include top-selling personal finance author Robert Kiyosaki. Get Rich Education can be heard on every podcast platform, plus it has its own dedicated Apple and Android listener phone apps. Build wealth on the go with the Get Rich Education podcast. Sign up now for the Get Rich Education podcast or visit GetRichEducation.com.